to bring you this important message.
Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Harut, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, here for you, here with you. Just opening your mind, opening your heart, seeking knowledge, seeking wisdom. That's what we hear about. Episode number 9-1. Yes, episode 9-1. Your government has free will. Are you with me? Your government, the so-called USA Inc., has free will. So we're going to get a little deeper into this, but I want to give a shout out to you. Thank yous, and thank you for the love. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the shares. If you haven't even indicated or told your mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa, friends, buddies, sisters, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, let them know about this show. Let them know that we're actually opening the mind, the pineal gland, the psychic gland, having you think, and then at the same time challenging you to act on this thinking, to put it in manifestation, to move it forward. Shout out to my sponsor, Dr. Boz Moreno, with the health modalities, putting it down 24/7, 7 days of the week, all across the globe, literally. Down in Mexico, shout out to you. You can reach this gentleman, this brother of mine, at 404-462-0571. Text him. Let him know that Haru referred you, the modern monk. His website is drbazmoreno.xyz, as it's spelled DRBAZMORENO.xyz. You can reach him via email, support@methodmoreno.com. That's support@methodmoreno.com. All this information is down in the information section, down in the videos, my YouTube videos, as well as my podcast show, on my podcast handles. For your fitness needs, Haru, the modern monk, is here for you to help you get your game to the next level, get your body to the next level. And that's what my brother Dr. Boz have been able to do, helping me on my health. You feel me? Keeping me clear, keeping me active, keeping me straight. But at the same time, I want to keep you happy and straight with the fitness element, adding more value to you, adding more energy to you. You can always reach me or text me at 206-659-6382. Let me know who you are, at least your name, phone number, what you're calling me about, or what you're texting me about. You got my website at youarethegymlive.com. That's youarethegymlive.com. As well as my email at youarethegym@gmail.com. That's youarethegym@gmail.com. Still got them shirts cracking off over here. Yes, t-shirts, $27 a pop. No longer selling the mask. The mask all sold out. So I therefore won't continue the mask unless it's an exclusive. Unless you're purchasing one of my my package, my bug out package that I have for your fitness gurus out there, or those you fitness enthusiasts out there. So I got t-shirts, $27 per shirt. Buy as many as you like. You need to buy 30, the minimum. $27, free shipping and handling. Let's get back to the meat and potatoes. Episode number 9-1. Yes, that's episode number 9-1. Your government has free will. Now we're going to get a little deep here. We're going to push the envelope a little bit. I'm experiencing a quarantine for 10 days, actually 9 days now. Sharing this with you all. Now, you know I'm not a big advocate of what this government has been portraying or pushing these agendas upon us all. And forgive the guy who's working on his house or doing something out there making all that noise. But I'm sure y'all able to tune in to what I had to say, because your government has the free will. And your government has been doing this free will for amount of few decades, few centuries, as we would keep going and journeying through. It actually started in roughly around that 1700s era. Or even if you want to go back further than the 1500s, 1490, 90s, however you want to look at it. Just look at the history or the stories that's been told and how this free will has been pressed upon you. You really think we have free will? You have free will? No. The only one who has free will is this government. And I'm talking about, or the 1%. Let's break it down like this. This 1% have the free will. And I'm going to smoke to that one. Smoking my little cigar here. Now, let's talk about this word, or let's define this particular term that we loosely use throughout our culture, or throughout the consciousness of when you're saying the enlightenment of people. When people get enlightenment, we tend to use this term free will. And I don't think we really have deep dive into this consciousness of free will, or this modality, or this illusion, I would say, of free will. Because you know what? This government have created and they have designed the questions, right? They have designed the questions, or they have framed the questions for you to put you in this particular box or this particular circle. Therefore, they have framed it to give you the answers as well. And we call this free will. Are you with me? Now, I come off on these particular podcast shows, or particular audio shows, or particular thought shows, because that's really what we need to start thinking about. The podcast, reframing podcast into thoughtcast. Thoughtcast, engaging with people, engaging with the consciousness, engaging with your thoughts or things. Now, free will has its place to an extent. But like I said, your government have framed this free will to give you so many options that you can choose to be and to function within. So free will, define.
Free will.
The power of acting without the constraint of necessity or fate. The ability to act at one's own discretion, independence, self-determination, self-sufficiency, autonomy, sovereignty. Huh? You remember that term back in the day? Those of you who's been tapping into my consciousness for the last 10, 15 years, you definitely know what I'm talking about. We are, they call us intelligent beings, right? We call ourselves intelligent beings, but even though we are controlled with the intelligence of the elite, I don't think y'all hear me. Yeah, I'm talking to you sitting down right there, or you might even be laying down in your bed listening to me. Listening to this brother known as the modern monk. Just testing, pushing the envelope a little bit. Push yourself. Engage yourself. The power of acting without the constraint of necessity or fate. You feel me? Free will. Free will is a cold game because we're dealing with two words. Will. Free and will. Now, I know we tend to use this word very freely within our consciousness, within our realities of our lifestyles, whomever it may exist around or be. You feel me? Because we're dealing with some super powerful psychology. Some powerful psychology. I'm talking about psychology that makes the devil real, that makes God real. In your consciousness, in your being, in your reality. Please bear with me. Please hear me out, my brothers and sisters. You feel me? Because we should be in a question of what can I do to better, to improve, to advance my lifestyle, my mind, my body, my soul, my soft skills, my interactions with my girlfriend, my consciousness with my boyfriend, my understanding of grasping, let my mother, let my father, let my brother, let my sister know how we can come together, how we can build together, how we can prosper together. Free will. What free will? What will define? Will define. Let's see what will means. Because see, we come up with these particular, we have came up with this particular known language as English. Y'all not hearing me tonight. Y'all not feeling me. I'm telling you. Y'all don't even understand. Look. You messing with a genius. But will, expressing the future tense. Expressing inevitable events. Accidents will happen. You will regret it when you are older, right? These are definitions that have been created. These are defined by creation of fault. Of fault. We don't. I don't think we really pay attention to this. You know, English is we know English is a bastard language. English and many other languages have been created as a bastard language. Especially when you have created an environment of words that have so many meanings to them, right? And some of them are not even concrete meanings. What do you mean? What do you mean, my brother? What do you mean? Define that. How can I qualify that? That's what the brother said. Now, qualify that. Now, qualification is the qualification of what we all agree on, right? Is that what that's what we're going to break it down here? My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Your government has free will. Now, what do I mean by your government? That government that exists in Washington, D.C., 60 square miles, according to what the history has shown. 60 square miles, right? Washington, D.C., a government that has been formed on a particular year and date that has developed the country's mindset. Even though they haven't been utilizing what we know as the Constitution of 1776, obviously it has been formulated or extracted or somewhat, if you want to claim additives, amendments, you can go there. That's debatable. But at the same time, that contract between those 33 men, or how many men there was at that time, 1776, who was brave enough, to sign that document. See, that brother's coming up with all kinds of stuff, because that free will has its place, but free will does not have a place, right? So everything has its duality. Everything has its polarity. You feel me? We have to have more discretion. Discretion is advised. As they say in your new movie you're about to watch or indulge in. Voluntarily. Given regularly or readily. Free will. Free. Now we know free is a cold word in itself. Nothing's really free. The only thing you got so-called free right now is the fresh air you breathe or bad air, whatever air you got. It's called oxygen. We claim it as oxygen. H2O, right? Or O2. Hydrogen. That's water. H2O. But are you with me? The point here is to get you to say, what the hell is going on? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? This government have phrased these questions, or they frame these questions. Therefore, they frame the answers for you. And then we call them journalists. Oh my goodness. We call them broadcasters in a broadcasting network that has been leading us to death. As your Bible say. If you want to go there, your Quran, your Torah, your Gita, your Buddhist, Confucius, Krishna, and whomever you want to put UC Dean as your master. Because you know how I feel about this. My master is me. I'm my master. And I'm the reflections of my mindset, of the thoughts that we have altered carbon. Altered carbon. Netflix, go check that out. Interesting little show. Shout out to the family members for bringing that to the existence, bringing that to the mind. Your government has free will. Pay attention, pay attention. Look what's going on. Look at the bribes. Look at the Ponzi schemes. Look at Johnson & Johnson. And you know what? Stop buying into the, this company has been around for 100 years or even 50 years. I would even go to the point of 30 years. Keep it real with you. Anything after that or more than that, I wouldn't even do business with them. Or I would question their business models, my brothers and sisters. Johnson & Johnson, $574 million lawsuit prior to your vaccine of the COVID-19. Are you with me, deep divers? Because we deep dive in today. It's called free will. But you know you don't have free will. You know our frame of free will. They told me I got to quarantine for 10 days, right? It's mandatory. It's put on me. I don't have a choice, right? This is what we call in free will. This is what we call in a country, in a so-called United States of America, North America. We claim that we the freest up in this motherfucker. Yeah, we the slavest up in this motherfucker on a daily basis. But you're not with me. Shout out to my Salvadorian brothers and sisters out there. My Australian brothers and sisters. I see you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the listening in and tuning in. Shout out to you. On the real. Free will. We call free will. What is free will? Already defined it. But like I said, your government is putting this so-called, they're giving the free will. They're giving the free will because they're controlling our reality. They're controlling our reality. All the news media. Why are we still watching news on TV? Why can't we stream or find it online? Better resources. And look, the resources necessarily don't have to have millions and millions of viewers. Keep it real with you. Because it's funny how the small, minute views actually are more impactful, telling a broader story or a better in-depth story of what has conspired over the last 24 hours. Oh my goodness. Free will. Your government has the free will. Your government framed the questions. Hence George Floyd. Hence Black Lives Matter. All these processes of propaganda tools are phrasing you. They're framing you, right? They're framing you. Then they offer solutions. That's the cold game. No fact checking anymore. Y'all ever heard of that? We talk about this a few times on the show. No fact checking. And who checks the fact checker? Uh-oh. Who checks the facts checker? Now, some cases I'm putting statistics on. But you know, all statistics is just trends. Keep it real with you. Because everything changes. But no one is for sure what is actually going to determine the outcome of what's going on our daily basis or what 2021 is actually going to bring within this particular year. You feel me? Because this government is trying anything and everything to get your consent, to get your autonomy, to get your so-called freedom. They control your schools. They control our institutions. They tell us when we can get a birth certificate, when we can't, when you can even get your Social Security and this and that. And why would we even want to own this stuff? Ooh, my goodness. Why would we want to own it? Because we're owning it, but they're controlling it. It's the same situation. They got to trust. Woo. Your government got to trust on each individually of us. And I remember when Jodeci used to hit it. Casey. Y'all not ready. See, y'all not ready. You know why we not ready? Because they've been telling us this for thousands and thousands of years. We want to control you. Now, I'm going to do a video or I'm going to do an audio on what would it look like. And this is something to think about. What would it look like if we submitted to anything and everything they have done? And I'm talking like the whole state of mind. What would it look like? Would it be even change? Would it be even creativity? Would it be even development? You feel what I'm saying? Or we're just running around like robots. And you know what's been telltale sign? Like I've been telling people for years. Like I've been speaking this for years. The movies are your learning tools. Stop falling for the bullshit. What I mean, stop falling for all the entertainment. Look at the entertainment. Look at that show, Altered Carbon. Right? Altered Carbon. Right there. We have developed, look at the terms, altered. They're moving, they're manipulating, altered. They're changing. This is change. That's what it means. Alter, change. Carbon, your footprints. You have a carbon footprint as we have created within this existence of the planet Earth, as we call it the planet Earth. That we agree that this is the planet Earth. It's a blue sky. We got clouds, yada, yada, yada. But see, plain sight, when you start paying attention with plain sight, all this is a reality of what this consciousness have given us upon this plane or this level or this dimension. Uh-oh. What that brother talking about? He don't know what he talking about. That's what y'all probably saying. Gonna tell somebody else. This brother's crazy on this podcast show. They probably editing. Yeah, they shutting a lot of my stuff down. I'm just telling y'all what's real out here. They shutting a lot of my stuff down. My algorithms be like, what? Okay, now we got to take this off. This is not gonna work because you're using this. You violated the copyright. Look, they violate your government. They're violating the copyright each and every day. And the funny thing is, how do you claim my works? Come on, free will. This is what I'm talking about. Free will, copyright, trademark. You feel me? Y'all not ready for this. Your government has free will. He's been putting free will on you, telling you got to go to the doctor to have your baby. Telling you we got to cut your belly open so we can pull your baby out. Just all this inhumane. This is the only option. You feel me? You got to go take the COVID test because I want you to take the COVID test. This is what it will benefit you for. And got the nerve. Why would you want to? Look, this is another thing I don't think people really understand. The flu. The flu was on this level too. All the diseases that's going on, at one point of time, it was a pandemic. This is another thing I don't think we really pay attention to. Because like I said, we have allowed the government to define our free will, to define our questions, to define our answers. And we don't look beyond that because we're not questioning the status quo. Now you know damn well Joe Biden don't have no interest in you. You know damn well Donald Trump does not have no interest in you. And that covers all these fucking politicians. They don't have no interest in what the people want. They have interest in their pocketbook and how they can control the people. The people. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for this. And you know why y'all not ready for this? Because they want to kill you off. They want to get rid of a few people. You know, a few million people with our country. And it's funny too how we still think about, oh, we only had 330 million people. We're way past that. We're way past it. I'm sure China's way past the 1.5 billion or something they were saying. I'm sure they're way past that. People, we've been talking like this for decades. Now it's time to step up your game. Take your true freedom back. Accountability, responsibility. I know many of y'all want to be led. You feel me? Many of y'all want to be led. But you know what? This government is leading you into the depths of hell. Uh-oh. Where you going to see bloodshed. Even though on the other side, you see what I'm saying? It's a duality, a pendulum, right? That goes back and forth. You want to be in the matrix or you want to come out the matrix? Because that's another game. They got it set up because they create your choices. This government creates your choices and put you in a bind. You feel what I'm saying? Fight or flight. These are not just theories. These are things that's actually existing within this reality we called life. We call life. That's why I take ownership of my health, ownership of my fitness, ownership of my abilities. You feel me? Because the only person who can do that is you, is me. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm grateful for you taking the time to tune in, to listen, to hear, but to act at the same time. You feel me? After you have reviewed my podcast show. Shout out to all my loved ones. Those of you who I visit over the last month, shout out to you. Much love. I highly appreciate you. And another thing, for those of you who I didn't get to visit or see, shout out to you. Much love. As I bow with honor. Shit, even Bruce Lee would be proud of a brother. Master you. That's what all these podcasts are really talking about. That's what I'm really sharing. Master you. It's time to take ownership. I don't care what everybody think of me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care what you think of me. The whole point is keeping a positive mindset, building my self-esteem, building more character, building better relationships that I do have with those who are connected with me. Hence there, this, thus, forth. That brother talking all kinds of crazy talk. Y'all not with me. Shout out to my 420s, brothers and sisters. Much love, much respect. Brandon Emmett, shout out to you for putting it down in the banks. It's all love. Your government has free will. This is just a question to have you think about. And what I have discussed here, please take the time to start going in between, and being, and going within. Start asking yourself these questions, please. That's the challenge of this podcast as well. Ask the questions. Your government has the free will. They're the one who's making these policies. They're the one making these laws. We claim that we have some type of influence on the game, but we haven't taken no... Look, people, we are the government. That's what the definition. Go look up Black Laws Dictionary. You are the government. You got to act in the capacity. We got to start taking more autonomy for ourselves, right? Getting an understanding of who we are. Therefore, we can share with others how we can create, how we can develop, how we can stand up for ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our souls, our spirits. Like I said, shout out to you, Dr. Boz Moreno, for putting it down. He got this bee venom that's cracking. Literally, crazy results from this bee venom. My arm, literally, my right arm healed up from this bee venom. Only ministrated 6 times within the 6 weeks. And my arm regenerated, recreated. And now the brother just stepped up the game and got stem cells in the game. So if you serious about your health, your wellness, this brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, all the information is right down below. But shout out to you, Dr. Boz Moreno, for making it happen. The modalities is healing the world. This brother's literally healing the world. I don't think y'all are understanding what's going on. This is Dr. Sabi. This is Dr. Africa. All in one. This brother has he has mastered these modalities that will help those of people who got AIDS, the COVID. If you claiming that you got the COVID or some type of flu symptoms, this brother got the remedy. He's got it down. And that's the crazy thing. He's got it down, but he's not getting all that publicity and all this. Because usually that's how it works. Brother been putting in work for many years now. That's another thing. But shout out to you. I got them t-shirts for sale. $27 a shot. Order about 50, 60, 70 of them. I want to fill the world up with You Are the Gym. You Are the Gym mindset. Start taking individual responsibility, individual accountability. I know you don't want to be led, but if I'm going to lead you, let me lead you to the rights of passionless. Rights of righteousness. Let me lead you to the rights of righteousness. Because I want you to win. That's my mindset. I want you to win. And everything ain't equal. So we all got to start somewhere. But we got to build. That brother said, we got to build. We got to build the nation. Let it be written. Let it be written. Let it be done. Your government has free will. We out.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.